Good morning. It's beautiful to be with you this morning. I'm actually here in Massachusetts in the RV, and it is cold outside. So decided to teach from indoors today. Welcome. Um, Please take a comfortable seat and get comfortable. Turn your thighs in, draw your tailbone down. One of the reasons that we exist at all, according to Tantra, is to savor the taste of life. These tastes are known as the rasas, and I'm sure y'all are somewhat familiar with them. When we think about Shiva and Shakti, of course, Shiva is the vast, unmanifest completeness, or sometimes we can think of Shiva as nothingness because originally there was no shape, there was no form. And whereas Shakti, of course, is the energy of manifestation, of creation, of differentiation. So the oneness of Shiva wanted to know itself, and this idea comes out of the Rig Veda. So this is an old idea, and it's like if there's nothing, if there's no difference in anything, like how do you have an experience? So in order for it to know itself, the oneness went through this series of tattvas, and that word tattva means thatness. It distilled itself down. So it went from this unmanifest nothingness and condensed itself down and down and down into more concrete forms of energy, into the five elements, into physical form, including us. So it wanted to be able to have an experience of itself. It wanted to experience everything. So here we are. We are here experiencing ourselves. We are having a relative physical experience of the world and of the universe that we live in, for better or for worse, right? Because I mean, it often seems like our life on Earth is tragic. Um, just recently we had September 11th. There's so much going on in the world, and I think, as humans, we've always known war and challenges and discontent. And I think that these all stem from fear, right? Fear from our differences, fear of how we're different from each other, which of course is ironic because the universe, the absolute, wants to experience diversity. Fear of not having enough resources, also interesting because the absolute is everything and we're part of that, right? Fear of being unable to act, and of course the absolute can do everything. So where do these fears come from? They boil down to what are known as the three malas, right? And the mala is the anava mala, the feeling that I'm not worthy; maya mala, the feeling that I'm different; and karma mala, the feeling that I don't have enough agency, like there's too much to do and I can't do it all. And these malas are they come from this cloaking process, this distillation down the tattvas, so that instead of being the absolute, we're like little parts of the absolute. So basically, we get overly cloaked, right? It's like the negative side effects of the tattvas. It's like, yes, it does this and this and this, allows this to happen, but then it also prevents us from feeling that we are whole and complete. So what do? We do yoga, right? And through the yoga, we part the cloaking, we part the veil, we start to chip away at what covers the heart, so that we can move out of fear, which also maybe ironically, fear is one of the rasas. It's called Bhayanika rasa. We're meant to feel fear, but not all the time, right? So we want to move away from fear and away from some of those more unpleasant rasas like anger and disgust. We want to go back to where it feels good. That's our true nature, right? I always say this, we never wake up in the morning and be like, I want to be really angry today. No, we wake up in the morning, we're like, oh, well, I'm going to have a great day, right? So we know that at their essence are these kind of nicer rasas like Shanta, peace, the happiness, the joy, the hasya that arises, the love that we feel. So, it's part of our work as being human to decide, what we want to experience. How do we want to react? We need to bring ourselves back to equilibrium, especially in this crazy universe that we're living in, where there's so much going on. So we show up together, right? We sit, we do our work, we move our bodies, we open up energy channels. It's all about bringing ourselves back to balance, coming back to the heart. So let's do it. Let's begin. Come on up to stand. We'll start with the Kriya. So stand with your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Place your hands on the low belly, fingers pointing down, and just welcome yourself. Breathe in and down into the belly, down into your feet. Get yourself grounded on the earth. And at the same time, lift up through the heart, take your shoulders back, extend up towards sky. Pause and remember that you are the 5 elements embodied. That includes earth and sky, of course. We'll do 3 rounds of the Kriya. I'll guide the first round, and then you'll do 2 more at your own pace. So deep breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, cleansing breath. Inhale, or don't inhale, hold the breath out, but lift your heart and then pump. Do your Nali Kriya. Now inhale, rise up, and do alternate nostril Kapalabhati. Good. And then do 2 more sets. And when you're finished, again, bring the hands to low belly. Breathe in and out. Good. And notice the heat that arises and that little jolt of awakeness, aliveness. All right, and then come on down and return to your seated posture. We chant the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra. It's the fear conquering mantra, right? So we want to remove the malas, the fears, come back into the heart. So think of like the mantra just draws you into the sweet nectar of your heart. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritata. Even after we finish the chanting, the resonance of the mantra still draws you into your heart, into the sweet nectar of the Shanti and away from the fear. continue with Kapalabhati Kriya. We'll do 2 rounds. First round, alternate nostril Kapalabhati. We'll do the 60-second hold. You can always come out sooner if you need to. And then we'll do the second round with both the open nostrils. So let's begin. Inhale fully. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, and then hold. And apply the bandhas. Lightly draw up on the pelvic floor, pull the belly in and back, bring your chin in and down. And just hold all the energy inside. And exhale. Second round, both open nostrils. Inhale completely. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale fully. And hold. And as you hold, relax. Relax to release fear and come into your heart. And release. And as soon as you're ready, begin Ujjayi Pranayama. Establish a natural rhythm. The sound of Ujjayi evokes this Shanta, peaceful rasa. It's soothing and calming to your nervous system. It helps you move away from fear and into the heart. And even after just this couple of minutes of ujjayi, you start to feel your body and your mind is becoming more calm. You feel more grounded, more settled. It's a good thing. I'd like for us to practice today pratiloma, which is the breath that has the resistance on the inhalation. Now, even ujjayi has a little bit of a resistance on both the inhalation and the exhalation. But pratiloma, where we partially close off the nostrils, um, it has a lot of benefits. And I'd like to just share with you real briefly. There was a study that came out of Colorado University in 2021 that proved the benefit of this breathing practice. So they used some kind of device that created a high resistance for about 5 minutes. The people that used it, they did it 6 days a week for 6 weeks, and the results were stunning. So in just 5 minutes a day for 6 weeks, the participants had lowered their blood pressure more so than using exercise or medications. They had a 45% improvement in vascular endothelial function, which means their arteries were more flexible. They had significantly increased nitric oxide levels, which improves your circulation. And there was a reduction in inflammation and oxidative stress. So these are really good effects of just breathing, in a particular way. And I think that, we do a lot of ujjayi breath, so, even that amount of resistance is good. But pratiloma, even better. And it's a technique that I particularly don't like because in me, it brings up a lot of fear, right? Okay, we come back to this fear of like not having enough breath, right? Not having enoughness. Um, it's a little scary, but the more that we practice it, the more comfortable we get with it, and the more we're able to kind of let go of the fear around it because we know we're getting enough oxygen and we're receiving all these amazing benefits. So we're going to do it for 3 minutes today. All right, so not the full five. If you want to do more later, that's on you. But you'll use your right hand again in Vishnu Mudra. Remember, Vishnu is the sustainer, right? So we're sustaining ourselves with these practices. All right, we're gonna partially block off the nostrils, and then you inhale with the blocked nostrils, and then you release the fingers and exhale, and then partially block and exhale, release. Now, if you add the ujjayi sound, it feels like the breath is just coming in through the throat and in through your heart, and it actually increases the resistance even a little bit more. So as you're doing your pratiloma, keep your breath really slow, really steady, and just stay in the vibration of peace. Don't let the fear overcome. Also think about the idea that resistance makes us stronger. Right? We do resistance training for our muscles. This is no different. We're strengthening the the breath. And after your next round of pratiloma, just come back to your natural breath and enjoy how the oxygen just flows so freely. Great. And then let's complete our pranayama practice with just your typical nadi shodhana. So inhale through both nostrils and then exhale on the right. Inhale right nostril and exhale left. And then continue the pattern, alternating sides. Continue to release fear and resistance now and move more into the Shanta, the peaceful rasa. We know that this technique balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain, balances the sun and moon energies, right? And we're going for balance, trying to balance the challenges of the world so that we can rest in the light of the heart. After your next inhalation through your right nostril, exhale through both, and we'll move into a silent mantra meditation. You can use your initiated mantra or the Hamsa mantra. Remember, the Hamsa means I am that. I am the thatness. I am, everything. I am the absolute. But maybe even more importantly, I am peace at my heart center. Let the mantra take you deep into the heart, beneath the coverings, beneath the malas. Just go deep within. Now gently come back, release your mantra, and bring your hands together in front of your heart and gently bow your head. And then please lie down on your back and rest for a few minutes. Gently bring yourself back to awareness of your body and your breath. Start to move and stretch. And as you're ready, please bend your knees and roll to your right side. And find your way up to a comfortable seated position. So, our challenge is to not let the challenges of the world bring us down. We use our yoga, our meditation, our connection to stay strong, to remember who we are, to remember that we're all connected to this bigger energy, and to balance out, the fear and the disturbances of this world that we live in, the chaos. And to know that that's all meant to be the way it is. We're meant to experience it all. And I think it's up to us to find the right balance. So let's bring hands together at the heart center. And we'll join our voices and Om together. So take a deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. And may you have a peaceful and wonderful day. And we will meet again next month on the third Monday of October. And I'll be back in Florida where it's toasty warm. All right. There's also in October, I believe it's October 8th, is one of the teachers' practices with Todd. That'll be, I think, on a Wednesday evening. So I will send, when I send out the recording for today, Valerie asked if I could put in a link to the study with the pratiloma. So I'll look for that link and send it to you. And I'll send you a reminder about that workshop, okay, which is part of your Kula membership. So show up. It's going to be great. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you really soon.